This podcast is part of the Podcast Your Scene Network. Visit us at www.podcastyourscene.com.
You know, the local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
Why? This is a question.
Walking backwards.
Yeah.
Something
I
sacred.
don't know the names of the Grease songs. Those are
Running in
CDs that
circles.
Just pop in and let play.
Sea of Glass.
The flight and the fall.
I love Ozzy. I think he's the true definition of a rock star.
So get off by your speakers.
Anybody else have any interesting stories they don't want on the show?
This is Doug from After the Fall.
Hey, this is John Lane from the Thriving Tropics of Leechburg, Pennsylvania.
The Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock that Pennsylvania has to offer.
What's up, everyone? You are tuned in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 662. My name is Bill, and you heard earlier you heard the Scott Miles radio spot right off the bat, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. You also heard After the Fall on their newest single, I Hope I'm Scaring You. You heard from 30 Days of Pain, Don't Say Goodbye. And you also heard Bradley Scott Malone, California. And with me tonight from 30 Days of Pain and also Untamed, John Bashaw. And from Sundog Rising, BJ Powles. What's up, gentlemen?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Although the second week in a row, Facebook deleted my video, and I don't know why.
Zuckerberg.
So we're gonna have to figure that out. We're live all over the place, though. We're on First Angel Media's YouTube, Build the Scenes YouTube, Music from the 412, XRP Radio. We're on my Twitch, we're on my Twitter, and we're on Music from the 412's website live as well. So Facebook, while I would like to be there, we're still all over the place. Also, I do want to mention that you can hear this show on buildthescene.com/radio, rootaroораdio.com, which is in San Diego, California, on the beaches. xrpradio.co.uk, which is in Scotland. oldiesxl.com, which is in Philadelphia. They play this show on an oldie station really late at night. Oh, who am I forgetting? That's terrible. I don't know who I'm forgetting. Oh, megarockradio.net and 107.1 FM St. Louis, Missouri. That's a big one. I think that's all of them. Okay. So at the very beginning of the show, I played the radio spot and for the event that we're here to talk about. And we're going to start off with that. John, do you want to give us a little bit of information about the show? And I know I know things have changed since we last talked.
Yeah, they have quite a bit. It kind of pains me to say. I mean, you know, a lot of the guys in the bands who were helping us out with this on the 25th of this month have been gracious enough to lend their time and efforts and whatnot. But it's kind of for a different thing now. I mean, it was supposed to be a fundraiser for Scott, who had a transplant, liver transplant back in October of 22. He received the transplant, but you know, he fought the good fight, but his body ended up rejecting it, and he passed away back on January 27th of this year. So now it's become a fundraiser / memorial concert, and you know, the proceeds are going to go to his wife, Shelly Miles. Anything she needs whether it's, picking up some bills from the funeral or helping the town of Bealsville out, where Scott was the mayor up until he, passed away. Scott was a really good friend of mine. I met him back in 2018. We were work colleagues, became friends outside of it. March of last year, he got sick with cirrhosis of the liver. He, stayed out of the hospital for a few months, and then he started to gradually decline. And then as of October of last year, he went to the hospital with liver failure, got the transplant November 20th. And like I said, deceased as of January 27th of this year. So the guys in Sundog Rising, DJ, I want to extend a gracious thank you to you since you're on here. The guys in Parable, which is a Tool tribute band, and Bad Mother Trucker, they've all graciously given their time and all kinds of efforts, whether it's helping with, merch and stuff, giving us stuff for baskets, raffle baskets, because we're going to have a raffle and a 50-50 at the show. And my brothers in Untamed have stepped up to the plate. And it's kind of a reunion show for us. We haven't played with this lineup, I think, since, I want to say 2013 or 2015. I can't even remember. It's been so long. But it's going to be cool. I'm definitely excited about it. I don't know if you can hear in my voice, though. I'm like actually just getting my voice back. Dumb me goes to Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. And day after I came home, I was down there for about 5 days. Day after I came home, I ended up with COVID.
Oh.
So I'm fighting all that off. But let's fingers crossed, and everybody say some prayers that, in about a week or so I'll be okay to do this. If not, I'm going to be I don't know, relying on some people to help out.
You're going to do that hold the mic thing out.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
So you're the only one that actually knew Scott, or is he familiar with all the bands?
Yeah, pretty much. Chuck Robinson from Bad Mother Trucker kind of knows him, like friend of a friend kind of a deal. But I believe, unless I'm wrong, I really haven't, gotten in-depth conversations with everybody, but yeah, I believe I'm the only one that truly knew him.
Okay. If someone wanted to make a donation but can't make it to the show, do you have anything set up for that?
Yeah, there is a GoFundMe page that Shelly had set up a few months back. I can definitely, get that out there. Actually, I think you posted it on the website too. But yeah, I believe it's still active. Yeah, if they know somebody that's coming to the show, they can give them to them that way too. And I'm sure afterwards, there's still going to be residual donations that are coming through too. So, there's always ways. We'll accept them from, here for the next 6 months if we have to. So.
So at the end, we'll do another quick synopsis of the show, but now we're going to fit in a couple questions. My famous PA Rock Show questions. We'll start off with what might be a hard one or a super easy one. It depends. So what is the best pizza you've ever had because you're a musician? So you have to find a way to link it to being in a band.
Link it to being in a band.
At a studio, on your way to or from a gig, at a gig.
This is going rehearsal. This is going a little ways back, but whenever I think of pizza and playing in a band, I'm going to go back to when I was playing up in Detroit, and was young, dumb, and just wanted to be a rock star kind of thing, and you move out of town and you're living off of oodles and noodles and frozen pizzas. And Kroger's, they had Kroger's up there at the time. And I believe they still have some Kroger's up there. Kroger's had these little frozen pizzas, and they were super, super cheap. And oftentimes they were lunch and dinner. And they were fantastic. A little hot sauce on them. Good to go.
I'm probably going to have to say I had the be-all, end-all of Rockstar Pizzas in LA. when we were out there, my former band East End, and we played the Whiskey, but we went to the Rainbow and had their pizza. And that to me, I mean, you know, being there on tour and eating pizza at the Rainbow, which everybody raved about, I mean, that has to be mine. So
You win.
How long ago? how long ago was that? Was Lemmy there?
No, Lenny had passed away by then. Yeah, we took pictures with the statue and whatnot, and you know, saw his drink and everything still at the bar. But yeah, I think that was like I want to say 2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right. So this next question is the official Build to Sing question, and it's going to seem a little odd, but I'll explain it. It's who's your Dave Grohl, and by that I mean who do you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their original songs? Because Dave and the Foo Fighters are known for pulling people up on stage. So if you had that chance, who you're going to join on stage?
Wow.
For me, it would have to be the current lineup of the Pantera reunion and Cowboys from Hell all day long.
You know, there's so many that come to mind, but if we're talking about current touring bands, I'd go with Alter Bridge, to be honest with you. I would love to get up there and just slam out a couple of those songs with those guys.
Great band.
Tremendous musicians. Just got back a couple weeks ago from down in DC seeing them with Mammoth WVH, and who, if you haven't seen yet, they're amazing live. That's Eddie Van Halen's son, by the way. He wrote and recorded that whole album himself. But today's band's Alter Bridge for sure.
All right, next oddball question. Then we're going to take that break I mentioned. So you're leaving a show, and you notice there's a DeLorean sitting there with its door open and a flux capacitor in the back. Where are you going in time, and what band are you going to hang out with?
Going back to 1978, and I'm hanging out with Van Halen. There's no doubt about it. I might not make it back, though.
I think for me, it would have to be Woodstock, and I'd be hanging out with the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
So that question actually was derived from a social studies curriculum meeting I went to. And the question was, if you could go anywhere in time, where would you go and what would you do? And Woodstock was my answer. So I'm with you, except I didn't have a DeLorean. Hey, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to listen to 2 tracks, and we're going to come back and talk with John and BJ a little bit more. What we're going to hear is my notes on the other side. We're going to hear Higher Vibration from Erie and their song Going Home. And we're going to hear from Fubar and their song State of Mind. A little bit of reggae rock for you in the break. And we will be back momentarily. Hey, everyone. It is Bill. I'm here to give away 2 tickets to Saliva show with Through Fire, Any Given Sin, A Common Crown on March 21st at Jurgles with 6 p.m. start time. We had 4 people go to musicfrom412.com/contests and follow through by sharing and sending us their email address. So I pasted their names a whole bunch of times on my wheel, and I'm going to give it a spin and see who is going to get those 2 tickets.
Jeff Brooks.
So Jeff Brooks, you're going to keep an eye on your email for the tickets that are going to be coming to your mailbox. Also, what I'm going to do now is tell you about the next set that we're giving away. That is Until I Wake, Dark Divine, Catch Your Breath, and Speaking in Tongues at Preserving Concerts in New Kensington. It's March 26th at 6 p.m. So what you want to do is go to musicfrom412.com/contests. And we have a few listed there, and we have another list that we're hoping to get some tickets for. Rocky and I were just discussing that tonight. But again, musicfrom412.com/contests. And these tickets are courtesy of Jureski Entertainment in conjunction with Music from the 412. And my name is Bill, and I will catch you next week with more of the ticket giveaways, not sales. And we're headed back to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, talking with the guys about the charity event for Mouse. I'm going to get better at that. I'm also going to remember to unmute myself and everybody else after I bring the video up. This live video stuff is new, so bear with me. I think this is the 5th or 6th time, and I'm playing with all kinds of toys. Not very well yet.
You'll get there.
I do want to mention that those tickets to As I Wake at Preserving the Underground, those will be given away next Monday. Currently, there are no one has sent me any options. Like no one has signed up for that one yet. So your odds are really good. If you want to go see them, go to musicfrom412.com/contests and sign up. Those are courtesy of Jureski Entertainment. We also have the Kentucky Headhunters coming up, and the red jumpsuit apparatus. Both of those have some people that have entered, but nobody for the Preserving Underground show yet. So let's get on that. That's a closed show in New Kensington. So they have a new stage. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. They have 2 now, I believe. But anyway, let me hit you with some more questions. If you had a chance to sit down and write with any songwriter in the history of the world, so you can use that DeLorean again and go back in time if you need to, who would you like to write a song with?
David Gilmour.
McCartney.
David Gilmour and Paul McCartney, is that what I heard?
No, John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Oh, John Lennon. Gotcha. Why them in particular?
Oddly enough, and don't shoot me for this one, but oddly enough, I've never been a huge Beatles fan. It wasn't until recently, until seeing the documentary that was out on Disney, that I really, like seeing behind the scenes, like how talented they were in their early 20s. I mean, they just such raw talent that like not a lot of people really realize, and just as songwriters and collaborators, the way that they just not just the 2 of them, but all 4 of them off of each other, just music that stands the test of time. And I mean, like I said, if they were that talented, in their early 20s, to come off, with so many hits, and they used what they had there for albums years and years later too, after the breakup and whatnot, more stuff came out, and like I said, just phenomenal songwriters. I mean, I really have a very new, profound respect for those guys.
Geez, I want to change my answer now. And actually, I can't even remember who I said. Who was it? Who did I say?
I really thought I heard somebody say David Gilmour. Was that you?
It was David Gilmour. More nostalgic reasons than anything else, but I'll tell you, from the day I first heard him play to today, and just earlier today, when I listened to some of that work on those albums like Dark Side of the Moon, and there's just, it takes me to another place. It puts my mind in a place where I want to be creative, and it feeds that energy in me to go and create. It's funny how it manifests differently at times, because it's typically the more mellow stuff that I go after with that. But taught me valuable lessons in guitar playing, as into when not to play, and when to hold a note and just let it sing. So yeah, that's a great reason why I go back a lot.
Before I forget, John, you're in 30 Days of Pain currently.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
How can the listeners and viewers find your band?
Geez, we're all over the place. You can find the current single, Don't Say Goodbye, was released like 2 years ago, but it's still going strong. It's all over the net, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal Music, everywhere. We're on Facebook, Reverb Nation.
That's the song we played earlier.
Yeah, our own website. I mean, like, we're all over the place. So just Google it and you'll find it.
How about you, BJ?
Bad Mother Trucker. Sundog Rising, we released a song right before COVID. Oh no, it's good.
That's on the other side too.
We released a song called Remains back in 2019, just before COVID went down, and it slowed us up for the plans that we had, but everything's back on track now, and we're back in pre-production for a whole bunch of new songs to get recorded here directly. Right after this show, we're starting to track, as a matter of fact. But you can catch Sundog Rising's Remains video on YouTube. You can check the song out on any of the streaming apps. It's everywhere.
And if you haven't heard it, it's a great song. And I'm sure you're going to hear it on March the 25th down at Mr. Smalls.
You will hear it at Mr. Smalls, absolutely.
So I definitely do not have that song in my rotation, so we're going to have to talk later.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can hook you up with music from 412 also, who just
fantastic
opened a radio station and are running videos 24/7. So
fantastic.
I'm pretty sure that I uploaded 30 Days of Pain to the radio station. I don't know if you have videos.
I have a lyric video for one of our songs that we did.
And I don't know. Rocky handles all of that, and then I handled the unsigned music on the radio station, and he handles all the signed stuff. And then there's like three of us running all of that. And I am the least good with the video stuff. And I'm the one doing it live. So let's go 2 more quick questions, and then I'm going to let you guys head off into the sunset, and I'm going to play some videos and some music depending on how you're listening tonight or viewing. So where are your bands playing next, other than the show at Mr. Smalls on the 25th for Scott?
We've got nothing booked after this show because we're looking to get the album done. That's the priority. We've got a few things hanging out there that we might do over the summer. But the next gig that we have will be at Kendry's Lounge in Aliquippa, PA in September. And I have to go look at the date. I'm not sure. It's in September, though. You can go to sundogrising.com and go to the events page. You'll see it there.
Yeah, same with 30 Days of Pain. I mean, we're not really doing too much locally at all. Same thing. We're pretty much focusing on getting our material recorded and out there to a full length, like I think 13 track CD. We're looking at 12 originals and a surprise cover song, and I'm not going to tell it, just yet. The thing on the 25th with Untamed is just a reunion of sorts. So there's that. But not a lot of people know this either, but I'll let the cat out of the bag since I'm here. But starting in October, you're going to see me as, I guess, my alter ego from now on, being Rob Zombie. So I got a local tribute to Rob and White Zombie coming up called Astro Creep. So look for that. We're playing October 6th out at Wells Township, Ohio, at their haunted house. And on the 27th, we'll be with my brothers in Smack, and we'll be doing a zombie prom out of Brandy's basement. So look for that too.
Very cool. All right. So last question, really fast. What's a non-traditional venue that you would like to play at? And I'll give you two examples. Metallica played in a bubble in Antarctica, and Kiss played on the back of a ship to Great White Sharks in Australia.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you. We did 2 summers in a row through COVID. We played off the top of a houseboat on the Beaver River, right near the confluence of the Beaver and the Ohio. And it went fantastic. We had boats anchoring out and watching. There were people over on Bridgewater on the docks and the boardwalk and on the hillside watching. It turned into a thing. We called it Jam the Beaver.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't say I've done anything like that.
Done during the pandemic.
I had to. I mean, I can't remember exactly what video it was, and I'm going to date myself here, but back in the 80s, I remember there was a video the Dawkins had out, and they played on the back of a flatbed truck going down the highway. And I think that'd be the ultimate thing to do. I don't know. I just think it'll be fun. Ever since I saw it, I've wanted to do it. So.
Cool. Hey, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight on 662. Real quick, I mentioned earlier that we were going to do a quick run over the show again. It's at the Fun House at Mr. Small's. Doors are at 6 p.m. It's all ages. It's a fundraiser for Scott Miles. It's featuring Untamed, Sundog Rising, Bad Mother Trucker, and Parable. Again, that is Saturday the 25th. Music starts at 7, and all proceeds benefit Scott Miles' family. And so I want to thank you guys for hanging out. And
thanks for having us, man.
I'm going to start playing videos for those of you that are watching the video side of things. And what you're going to see tonight, depending on how far we get time-wise, you're going to see Neostem, Dilapidated. We're going to follow that with King Catfish right now. Then Greywalker, Hour 13. Thoriaca Souvenirs. Rover, Busted Iron. And if there's still time, then we're going to play the Red Lines, Daddy's Little Girl. And then those of you that are listening to the radio show, what you're going to hear to end things, some of this is going to sound a little familiar. You're going to hear King Catfish right now, Neostem Grunt, the Bell Jumpers Caught in the Sunlight, and ZMW from like 1994 with their blues track Right in the Nose. And once again, this has been the PA Rock Show. Check us out each and every Friday night for the podcast, each and every Monday night for the live interviews, and all over the place on Music from the 412 video wise. It's supposed to be Monday nights at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. But if you've been paying attention, it pops up all over the place. So we'll deal with it because it's good. All right. So I am going to go ahead and play the outro and get those videos started. Thanks again, gentlemen.
See everybody March 25th.
See you then.
This episode of the Pennsylvania Rock Show has ended, but be sure to subscribe to be introduced to more of the best on-sign rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer. Don't forget to rate and review the show, and we'll see you on the next episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Bill from FirstAngelMedia.com, BuildTheScene.com, and music from the412.com. And this is your concert calendar for weeks 3 and 4 of March 2023. I'm here to help get out some shows in the upcoming week.